Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of surface area. This is standard 8.7b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 37 off the 2025 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have just a regular rectangular prism here, and we need to find the total surface area. All right, so what does that mean, total surface area? Let's look at our references. We look at our surface area. We have a rectangular prism. We've got lateral and total. The only difference is they both have a pH, but the total includes the plus 2b. And it's right down there at the bottom. S equals pH plus 2b. So let's write that down. S equals pH plus 2b. Now, if that doesn't make much sense to you, all we have six faces, right? We've got these two squares at the top and the bottom. It's kind of lying on its side. And then we've got these four rectangles right connecting them. And if we wanted to, right, what we could do is we can just find those six different areas and add them all together. This formula is simply a shortcut for that. So let's think about it. So if I wanted to find this rectangle, right here, the one on the right, okay? That's going to be length times width. I'm going to call this rectangle 1, okay? So 1 is going to be 24 times 12 because it's length times width. And then if I were to do the bottom one, right? So this bottom one right here, I'm going to call that 2. That's also 24 times 12. And if I were to do this over here, it's also 24 times 12. Since it is a square, it's going to be 24 times 12 all the way across, okay? Now, sometimes it's a square, sometimes it's not a square. But what we can do is we can factor out these 12s, okay? Or this 24. And we can say, you know what? Instead of uh, 24 times 12 plus 24 times 12 plus 24 times 12 plus 24 times 12, what we could do is we can factor out that 24. And we can say it's 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 on the inside because we just factored out that 24. And guess what 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12? That's the perimeter of the base. So that's where this P comes in. So this is going to be perimeter of the base, 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, times the height, which is that 24 I factored out. So that's where that comes from. So I've got 24 times 48. Now that just gets me these four sides. Okay, so I've got the four rectangles. That's lateral surface area. I need the 2b because I've got to get, and I'll change it over to green. I've got to get my two squares. What is the area of my two squares? So the big B means the area of the base. So that's just going to be 12 times 12. So I'm going to double it, right? And then it's just going to end up being 12 squared or 144. All right, so that's what we need. So that's how we use that. Let's just go ahead and plug it into our calculator. All right, so I've got 24. I'm going to multiply that by 48 because remember, that's the height times the perimeter, and the perimeter is just the 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. I'm going to add 2. And if you want, we could go ahead and do the 12 squared, or you could have just done the 144. Either way, you're going to get your 1440. Now, these are inches squared. Now, in case you're wondering, what if you forgot the two bases? What if you just did 24 times 48? That's your 1152. That's your lateral surface area. You notice that is an incorrect answer choice. So sometimes they'll try to trick you by including both, but we're looking for the total surface area, and that's going to be that first one, 1440. So our answer here is B, 1,440 square inches.